Okay, thought I'd make another quick video for the ING Runners Nation. I'm Brad, I'm one of the featured runners. I hope you're voting for me. I'd love to get that VIP race experience, but we're 2 weeks away from the big weekend when we'll be in New York City, and that means most of us are into our taper, which means less running. And when you go from running as much as we've been running to tapering down, it can be kind of hard to calm yourself and rely that your training is going to get you through. So one of the things that I found helpful is if I read about running and then I'm still thinking about it, it's still on my mind, and I don't feel like I'm slacking off or worry as much about not doing enough during my taper. So I have some books that I've collected ducking into bookstores over the years, and I thought I'd share a few. And then if you guys have suggestions, I'd appreciate it. But by far my favorite is Once a Runner. It's a novel by John L. Parker Jr. about a mile runner, and even though he's on a totally different level from most of us, the way running is described in the book really makes it something that I can connect to. So Once a Runner and the follow-up, again to Carthage. This one actually involves a marathon. Excellent novels. By far my favorite books related to running, and this Once a Runner is easily one of my favorite books. Top 3, hands down. So those are great. If you want a more biographical, historical, you have The Perfect Mile, talks about the pursuit of the 4-minute mile with Roger Bannister. C.C. Pyle's Amazing Foot Race is about a foot race across the country, coast to coast. They were running 40, 50 miles a day. It's really interesting. Bowerman and the Men of Oregon is about Bill Bowerman, the famous coach at Oregon, Coach Prefontaine. It's really interesting to get some insight into how he coached. I do have a book on Pre. Most people have heard of Pre, really dynamic runner. And then this one, Running with the Buffaloes, is written by a guy who followed the University of Colorado through one of their cross-country seasons, and they were trying to win the national title, and Adam Goucher was on the team at the time. I'm sure a lot of you have heard of Adam Goucher. It's a pretty interesting read if you're into the training aspect and what goes into a cross-country season. And then if you're just looking for inspiration, The Quotable Runner is a very quick read. It's a lot of just individual quotes, and it's broken into sections. There's a whole section on the marathon and why it's so hard and what makes it so special. So The Quotable Runner is an easy read, and it's good to have around. And then Why We Run talks about the evolution of running. Kind of similar to Born to Run. Born to Run is really popular lately. Excellent book. Talks a lot about the merits of barefoot running. It's a really entertaining read. And then I just have a couple on ultra marathons. Dean Karnazes, I'm sure most of you have heard of him. Ultra marathon man. He also did the 50 marathons in 50 days in 50 states. So he has a couple other books out. And The Extra Mile by Pam Reed. Both pretty decent books if you get a chance to read over those. So there's plenty out there. I pick one up every now and then, and I've reread Once a Runner and again to Carthage. I don't know how many times I've reread a couple of these books. They get me through the taper. It really helps. So I'm asking you if you have suggestions for me besides what I have in the pile, anything that stands out to you, anything you could really recommend, because I'll take anything I can to help me get through the taper. So 2 weeks we'll be in New York City. Can't wait, and hopefully I'll see you guys there. Good luck with the taper, and good luck with your training.